I think Biden even just made it official. So it's goodbye Columbus. uh, but anyway, I don't know how many are out there. It's late in the afternoon. It's nice, a little hazy here, a little cooler. We're starting to get fall. This is the south really, but we're still getting fall down here. And I want to talk about investing in yourself. Man, I don't know, but I'm sure everybody's different. We're all struggling to get through this life somehow. But I think there's no easy answer. There's no one way. And we all have to piece it together, I think, our own way. And I think what I talk about now is really people without a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, well, then you have options and you don't have to worry. So you want to invest in real estate or cryptocurrency or any of the other latest thing that comes out, yeah, more power to you. I mean, real estate, but cryptocurrency is really, almost like Las Vegas now. Sure, there's some people in it. Well, I don't think so. It is, you're saying cryptocurrency is self-investment. Well, people say that, if stock market is, but if you haven't done it before, it's a chance, a big chance, and it's not developing anything that you can, sell yourself. You don't have, that skill or whatever to create the cryptocurrency. If you were going to develop a cryptocurrency program or something to sell to people, then yes, then you're developing something that makes you money. Here it's outguessing the other idiots who are investing in it. That's gambling in my mind, that you're not contributing much. Are you providing a skill that people need? Are you helping other people? Are you providing a new idea? Are you educating yourself so you can add knowledge, more knowledge to the world or whatever? So that's the kind of thing I think is more basic and whatever. I mean, if you call it investing in yourself, well, that's like a gambler investing in themselves. But why? That doesn't seem solid enough as a base for anything, and particularly if you haven't figured out how to create your own money yet. You're doing that based on other people being, it's a zero-sum game, somebody or a Ponzi scheme, and I really can't say much about it, except I don't think it's worthwhile in society. As you finding a way to do something better that people need, you finding a way to improve your knowledge on something so you could make that, like if you're a chef or something, you're learning how to cook, and you're learning how to create food for people, you're learning how to make enjoyment or whatever. To me, investing in stuff is just taking advantage of other people. Trying to outguess the other idiots that are doing the same thing. And we do that a lot, so it's hard to say that that's all totally bad. But I don't think it's a good foundation. Or especially if you want to gamble, that's fine, but if you don't have money, to think that something like that is going to solve your financial problems when you don't even have money to live on, you don't have any idea how long that's going to take. You have to learn it. You have to learn anything from scratch, so it could take months or years or whatever. So how do you first invest in yourself? How do you get a decent paying job? How do you create extra income while you're maybe doing something else, starting a business, getting a degree, getting trained for something? I mean, right now I see that, like in California, they're training people for free to take you from a job that, making $13 an hour to $30 an hour. So taking a few weeks off or months or whatever to take that free course to do that, man, now that's an investment in you. Buying cryptocurrency, well, first of all, you have to have money. This other thing, you don't have to have money. And that's what, I mean, there's enough people on the internet going to tell you how to invest that. It's not of interest to me. And real estate is interesting if you want to live in it, because then you have a house, you have a appreciation and things like that. So that's the kind of thing that is for me. So finding a program that could get you in a house. I mean, actually, they're talking on the Hill now. There is something, a new Biden program for $25,000 grant, and then another $15,000 grant to get people with less income into housing. Now that's interesting. That's a real estate investor. But then how do you keep that? Whatever. What kind of skill do you have or you can do that you could share with the rest of us and contribute to society? Whether you want to be bake the best cookies in the world, that's a contribution. You want to, teach kids or something, that's a contribution. I'm biased, of course, and I know our society doesn't run on that all the time. It idolizes people that make a fortune overnight in cryptocurrency or whatever. But that's, again, a crapshoot. It's just like in Vegas. They turn on all the bells and whistles when people win a jackpot somewhere. Everybody else is supporting that. And that's how I see it. I don't see it as really developing something. And there's government programs to help you do that. If you want to get trained, you want to get an education, you want to start a business, any of those things will not cost you anything. They will cost you something if you're doing it not what they want to do, but what you want to do. So you have to figure out what the government is paying for and how and things like that. So that takes research and that takes time, to do that. It's out there, and that's what we're doing now is we're teaching people how to research this to get the money to do things. So instead of just giving you, websites or whatever that may or may not work, we teach you how to do this yourself, and that you don't need us to do this, because there's all the pattern to everything. When you're looking for something, it really is all a numbers game, and you just have to know the places to start to looking. Who is likely to do that? Who are the people who solve that kind of problem of starting a business? Like everybody in your state, there's probably a dozen offices that all they do is get grant money from the government to help you start a business or help you grow a business or grow an idea. Now, they're the people you want to find, and find out from there, because programs are changing every day now. They come and go. They're extending. Now they're talking about extending one of the small business grants for another 3 months or whatever. Now there's small business grants that have so much money, they're afraid they won't get it all out in time. You see the video I did earlier today. There's cities and states that have so much money, man, they just can't get rid of it fast enough, because they've been sitting on it so long trying to figure out how to get it out. And the deadline could be, the end of December, and they have to be broke. And if they get at the end of December and still have money, man, that's a bad government. That's money you could bring in your community, and you screwed it up by just being letting the bureaucracy get in the way. And that's not good. So they're going to be sending out more money from the COVID programs in the next couple of months than probably in the beginning and when these things hit. It's not like the IRS that just pushed a button and sent everybody a check. This is different, and that's why they're even make the qualifications easier now. So it's easier if you applied for one of these programs and they said no, go back and apply again. And most of this money is money to get over your hump right now. Whether it's you can't pay the rent, living expenses or whatever, but then you also have to think long term. And besides the immediate money, how can you use government programs to get the training or education you need for long term? Because you got to keep income coming in. That's why most of the things, whether it's stocks or crypto or real estate, that's not daily money. You're looking for a big take. How do you work for free? Do you work for free? Well, I do here. But the membership I have is $20. So that's Let's Go Help. And there's another version of that, Let's Go Help 2, that you could join that is not on Facebook, for those of you who don't want Facebook. But if you just want to get started to go, I mean, I have what's called Let's Go Reports. And that's for $5.95. You could go there and look at the places you have to start contacting to get money to start a business, to get an education, to get training for a better job, to get out of debt. See, all those services and money are free. Yeah. And that's available. And you have to be persistent. I mean, the other one I just put up today, I'm a member, she was just complaining and finally got the money after they said no 7 times to A1 that you are idolized to. You work for free. Yeah, and so that's what we have to learn too. That the process of doing things in life is not easy. The problem is salesmen like me try to make you believe it's easy, so you give us money. I do these 3 things. Man, yeah, that's not going to happen. And then you're going to stop. You know, and you have to keep at it no matter what. They're the only people. That's why I'm now into hearts. These are still question marks. I sort of like it. But if your heart is not in it, you're not going to keep there. It's like a personal relationship. There it is. Like a personal relationship. If your heart's not in it, you're just there because there's another pretty face or something like that. You're gone the first time it's any difficulty involved. And it will be difficult. Everything in life turns out to be difficult. But if you like it, it's fine. If you want to be there, it's fine. If it's something you want to do, you know, before you die, then that's fine. You put up with it. And that's what life is, I think. But I'm 78 years old, and who the hell cares what I think? I'm certainly different at 30, or 40, or 50, or 60. And that's what's neat about getting old. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll take a picture of you taking a picture of me.
Let's do it. Let's do it. It's giving me Riddler vibes.
All right, yeah, a little bit here.
Did you design this?
Yeah, more or less.
1, 2. Thank you.
Okay, great. Have fun. Thank you. Yeah, that's what, to me, this is me inside. And when I started bringing it out, showing people what I am, I was just more comfortable. Otherwise, the whole world tries to make you think that you have to do something like somebody else tells you because it worked for them. It may or may not work for you. So that's what's, to me, neat about getting old. And after my first 2 businesses failed, after I got an MBA and everything, I said, well, I wasn't even having fun and they all failed. What the hell does that do? So I said, the next time I start a business, I'm going to have fun. The worst that could happen is I'll fail. And I found out by having 2 failures that nobody really cares if you fail. So I got that out of my head, started having fun, and that's when I started being different. And that's why it's still just, I feel it like taking layers off me. Every year there's more layers. I'm finally getting down to more of a core. And the more I get down that core, the better things work. Because it is me. You can't please everybody. That's the problem with big businesses. They want to sell millions and millions, and so they're trying to please everybody, and you can't. And that's what's so nice about the new economy. You don't have to sell millions. You get a couple hundred customers, and they'll feed you for the rest of life. That's all you need. But if you need to pay all the middleman and all that kind of stuff, you're only making 5-10% on what you're selling. With the internet and stuff like that, you make 100%. And you don't have to share with anybody. And that's why the high-tech people now, Apple and Google and all these kind of people, they make so much money because hardly any overhead. They could generate so much income with so few people. I mean, the value of those companies, you know, like General Motors or whatever, hundreds of thousands of people. These people have just a fraction of that and make a hell of a lot more money. So that's why and you don't learn that until you start trying things. So you really like Chris, go do it and see what happens. That's the only way you really learn. And maybe you get lucky, and then you'll start a website. How to make $1 million in crypto. Yeah, you and 3 other people to do that. And it is trying to outsmart people who are thinking about it all the time. That's the problem to me with investing in stock market or crypto. I mean, there are people thinking about it 24/7. They know the buttons to push and everything like that. And no way you're going to outthink them. You know, they need you so their value of what they have can go up. They need more people wanting it. So they convince them more people to invest in it than what they own goes up. Yeah. But as I say, that's a biased point of view about everything. So also, you know, send me a note if I'm looking for more ideas. What do you need? I mean, how should I, frame things? I mean, I have a free report now. Like, I'm working on a state-by-state listing of money for grants for kids. So if you're raising children at any age, we're developing a report for every state on how to get money to do that. You know, what all the money programs, free money plan. Not like I don't want to search for myself at time. Oh, absolutely. And that's what I hope I do, is cut down your time. But it's still going to take. I mean, now if you go to YouTube or Google, you'll spend days and get nothing. So what I do is zero it down. Here are the best places for you to start. And it's just going to take you longer if you don't have a lot of free time. But if you don't know the best starting places, then you're going to, probably never start, because you'll be in Google for the rest of your life, fending off people who want to get money from you. And that's, I think, a bigger waste of time. If you don't want to do this, then that's fine. But it's, after studying this for 40 years, I'm just trying to give you the best I can of the knowledge, but you have to take it that last mile. And that's the important thing. It's like public transportation. They all worry about the last mile. That's why we have scooters and all that kind of thing. You get off the metro or the bus, and now you got to go, that last mile to work. So how do we do that reasonably? So, and again, this is how you grow, because what happens when you're looking for something, you want something, I'll tell you the truth, 9 times out of 10, what you're looking for isn't the right thing. And you don't learn that unless you go out and start talking to people about what you want. People who are giving money to programs like yours or whatever. And you learn that way that you're really starting with the wrong concept. And the only way to do that is to do the grunt work yourself, where you're calling these people who are in that business. Otherwise, see, if you go on Google, you're never going to find those people that do that. So I give you the people that you start talking to who know about what's, hundreds of people do this. They don't charge you. They're in this world to help you for free to solve that problem. And they help you refine your problem. I mean, every business I started out to be something else. Some failed, and then I realized, well, I don't know even what I'm doing in the beginning. So after 2 failures that cost me a lot of money, I said, well, I'm just going to start things that don't cost money, because the way to make money out of it, I don't know until I'm in it for a while. And that's the way things grow. So you have to be there doing something close to it till you figure out how to do it. Like this last time, I've been doing it probably 10 years trying to figure this out, because I was very successful last time, but that doesn't work anymore. And that's the other thing. If you think you know something, then you're not listening well enough to what you really should be listening to. And that's how you find out what you really should be doing in life, is taking your stupid idea. You think it's great. I know. Every book I started, I thought, oh, it's going to be a New York Times bestseller, and I've written 100 books, but only 10 made money. So I'm wrong 90% of the time. Nobody's that good. You know, the people who invest in businesses, the Shark Tank people, all that, they're wrong 85% of the time. That's right. And these are supposed to be the smartest people in town. They do it every day or whatever. No, the people who determine your success are customers, not anybody in the middle, not lawyers, not accountants, not Shark Tank people, investment advisors. They may have a little bit something and maybe a value, but not until you get out and ask a customer. And that's what I like about crowdfunding. You can start ask for customers before you even have a business. And then you see what your business should be before you even have it. You know? And don't waste time or money and have to start all over again. Yeah, like we all do. It's more complicated than we all think, and there's no way to put a simple rule. There's some little things that may help and some little sources that will be helpful, but it still takes you digging that ditch. I mean, it's like learning how to swim. It's nothing will happen until you get in the water. And we always say, oh, you learn, you just do this, you just do that, or whatever. Or how to hit a fastball. You know, oh yeah, you just do this and that. You get up there and you know, you swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. And until you swing and a miss 100 times, then you learn how to hit that sucker. And that's why really you have to roll up your sleeves. And that's what we're doing when we're giving free research help to teach you how to do this research of finding money for what you need. I mean, we're giving out more money in this country than ever before in the history of the United States, or in the history of any country. And it's not going to go away soon. And it's going to keep growing. So you have to learn what it takes to get it. Yeah. Maybe get lucky and you get one website and get it fine. But more than likely it won't. And then you have to do what happens when that doesn't work. And that's what we're teaching, you know, so that you hang in there long enough and get the, you know, the help you need, because we're there all the time. People, the researchers that help you to keep going and to overcome problems. You know, if this doesn't work, what to do. I had a woman, you know, wrote me, applied 7 times and was denied every time, and finally got it. You know, I mean, if you're not willing to do something like that, it's not that you won't, but your chances just diminish. You know, and so you want to try easy, try, boop, bam, okay, and then you're on to something else. And that's how most people live in this life, unfortunately, because their heart's not in it. See, if you get your heart in it, then that makes the difference. That's why I'm into hearts now, and I wear hearts. And my new tagline is "Wear your heart out." That's in my clothing store, Let's Go Clothes. Wear your heart out. And that's what life is all about, whether it's a personal relationship or a professional thing you want to do. Boy, if your heart's not in it, first of all, it gets boring. Let's see, I'm waiting for traffic gonna come over. They're coming at me now. Okay. So tell me, you know, any suggestions you have of the kind of products I should do or kind of help you need. Anything, because this is what's nice about a small group and not talking to millions of people from Oprah or something like that. You don't get this kind of feedback that you can on social media. So you could leave me a message on what you think I should be doing that will help you. And that will give me a clue on where I should take something to help you, because you don't know what I know, and I don't know what you know. So give me a little feedback. Something happened. I don't know what that was. That was a car, a flat tire or something. Because I got 15, 20 more years to do this. So I'm going to keep doing it up and down or whatever, and that's what life is, up and down, good, bad, everything. But I want to do it, and I'm going to do it until I die. And that's why, to me, it's building something that you don't have to worry about retirement. I think retirement's silly. If you're doing something you hate, then yes, it's good. But if you start finding something you really want to do, start investing in it even part-time, then you could start, wow. Then you don't want to retire. It's like going to Disneyland every day. And then, to me, the other part of that, if you can find something that really helps other people, boy, that becomes more satisfying. At least me for personally, but maybe not for everybody. So it's a mixture. Nobody has the perfect answer. We all struggle and try. Maybe something works, maybe it won't. You go on to the next. And that's why the less money you spend in figuring that out, the better chance you have of finding something before you run out of money. Because that's what usually happens. And then you take another job you hate. But like I say, there's a lot of ways to get through this life, so don't trust me. If you think different, try. Because your heart is more important and smarter for you than I am. So you have to listen to your heart and go with that. And that's for the important decisions. Anyway, okay, I gotta hustle up and get going. Okay, guys, talk to you soon.